Oh, we got 18 out of 30. Wait. Oh. 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 What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Kevin, why do you have a knife? What were you gonna do with this?
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple.
Well, we'll leave Kevin to his thoughts. Anyways, today we're gonna be taking a test. And it's not just any test. It is a autism test. There's a reason why I'm taking this test. A friend of mine recommended I take this after this clip.
What are you doing?
Now, I don't see a problem with anything in that clip, but he told me I should take this anyways. So let's get into it. All right, here we are with take the quick autism test. Well, I don't know what to expect here. It's 30 questions, I think. Yeah, 30 questions. Let's just see what happens, I guess. Alright, question 1. I prefer to do things on my own rather than with others. Now, this is tough because I do prefer to do things on my own. But if I have like some close friends that I really like hanging out with, I would say like I'd rather hang out with them. But also I would prefer to do things on my own, so I'm going to slightly agree with that. Question 2. I prefer doing things the same way, for instance, my morning routine or trip to the supermarket. You know, I would say I like to do the same thing. Like, I don't try to do the same thing, but it just happens that way. It's just like, you know, it's your daily routine. I'd slightly agree with that. I find myself becoming strongly absorbed in something even obsessional. I wouldn't say I would ever, like, I'm not really obsessional with stuff. I'd say slightly disagree. I'm very sensitive to noise and will wear earplugs or cover my ears in certain situations. That is a definitely disagree. Some people say I am being rude, even though I think I'm being polite. No, I don't think I've ever had anyone say that to me that I remember. I'd say slightly disagree. I find it easier to imagine what characters from a book might be like. Yes, I'd definitely agree with that. I find it easy to talk in groups of people. Depends on what kind of group you're in. Like, if it's a group of friends or people that I know, yeah, it's super easy to talk. But if it's like a group of random people, it can be iffy. Then I probably wouldn't really talk too much. I would say, I don't know. I'm gonna go slightly disagree actually, because the majority I like to listen first and then put my input in. I'm more interested in finding out about things than people. Oh, that is definitely agree. Right, Kevin? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Kevin. I find numbers, dates, and strings of information fascinating. I'd slightly agree. I like math, which sounds weird, but I don't mind doing math type things. I prefer nonfiction books and films to fiction. I'd agree with that, but you know, every now and then I do like a fiction book. I'd slightly agree. I find it upsetting if my daily routine is upset or changed. I wouldn't really say I get mad or upset about it, but it's just like, it's like whatever. I'll just deal with it if it happens. I'd slightly agree, I guess. It's difficult for me to understand what other people's facial expressions and body language. Yeah, I'd agree. I try not to pay attention to other people. I don't have any problems making small talk with new people. I would slightly disagree. I could definitely disagree. Me and women, that's a rough sight. I notice very small changes in people's appearance, in a person's appearance. I try not to really pay attention. Someone gets a haircut, I probably won't really notice. I might notice if someone else is like, "Hey, you got a haircut. It looks nice." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it does look nice." I'm gonna slightly disagree. I normally don't really pay attention. If it's something big, I'll notice it, but of course you're gonna notice it. When I was young, I used to play a lot of Let's Pretend or imaginary games. I feel like I definitely did, but I would say it was more based on like what every young boy would do, you know, like you got like a toy gun, you just go and shooting zombies or something out in your backyard. Like that was stuff that I did. So I slightly agree with that. I like collecting information about the things I'm interested in. When it's just collecting information, that makes it sound weird, but I would agree probably. If it's something I'm interested in, of course I'm gonna actually like, you know, go look for stuff. I'd agree with that, I guess. I like meeting new people. Depends on the person, that's for sure. There's a lot of people that I get along with really well, and I'd agree with. But the majority of the people, like, I don't know. I'm gonna slightly disagree on that. People close to me say that I talk about the same things repeatedly. I would slightly disagree. I normally don't talk about the same thing. Unless it's like a good joke. I'm going to bring that up over and over again. Question 19. I find it easier to work out what people are thinking or feeling just by looking at their facial expressions. Once again, I don't try to look at people. Obviously, if someone is near to the point of tears, I could probably tell, but I guess slightly agree. Maybe I'll go slightly agree. New social situations make me feel anxious. That's definitely an agree. Like if I don't know a person, like I don't know what's going on. It's question 21. It's important to me to carefully plan any activities I'm going to do. I wouldn't say carefully plan, but I do like to have a plan of what I'm doing. I go slightly agree. I don't like going in blind. Question 22. I find it hard to work out what people's intentions are. Now, that is something, like, I wouldn't say I'm the greatest at, is actually seeing what people are going to do. So I'd go slightly agree. It's kind of hard to find out what people's intentions are. I mean, obviously, it depends on the scenario, but I'll go slightly agree. I would find it really hard playing imaginary games with children. Obviously, that's gonna be, it's gonna be a little weird if I was playing like an imaginary game with a child, but I definitely could do it. I would have to say slightly disagree if I'm being honest. Like I could do it. It'd make me feel weird, of course, but I could probably do it. I'm a good diplomat and can help ease difficult social or work situations. Because it depends on what kind of situation we're talking about. I could go slightly agree. I mean, well, social situations. That's a whole different story with social situations. I could probably go slightly agree. I feel like most scenarios I could probably do. I'm often the last person to understand a joke. Depending on the joke, it does take me some time to understand it, but I always can understand it at least. So I'd say slightly disagree. Actually, I could go slightly agree because I'm definitely not the last, but like normally it takes me a little longer. We'll go slightly agree. I like doing things spontaneously. I would definitely disagree on this. I like to have things planned. I don't like to just go. If I'm interrupted doing something, I find it hard to get back to what I was doing beforehand. No. With my job, I do get interrupted here and there, like doing stuff, but I normally can like just walk back and be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I guess, slightly disagree on that. I notice patterns to things all the time. I do notice patterns pretty well. I'll go slightly agree on that. I have some very strong interests and get upset if I can't pursue them. I don't know, what's this strong that makes me think like if I'm doing this no matter what, if someone says no, like then I will get pissed. Being honest, I don't have any like really strong interests or passions, but there are some things I like to do where I would rather do that than other stuff. So I'll slightly agree. Alright, final question, question 30. I can tell if someone I am talking to is getting bored. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I'll go slightly agree. And what did we get? What did we get? Oh, we got 18 out of 30. Wait. Oh. Oh. Borderline.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
You know what? I think that's a wrap.